Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back to the FCS Football channel. And today we are back with a match preview, this time for Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur in what is being, called El Sacchio, with both Nuno Espirito Santo and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer both having their jobs very much on the line going into this game. Now, of course, Manchester United do come into this game sat in 7th place, 1 point and 1 place below Tottenham, who come into this game sat in 6th place. And look, it's a must win for both teams. Before we do get further into this preview, I just have to say, unfortunately, I will not be doing a watch along for this game, as I will fortunately, I guess, will be at my brother's stag do. So I'll be in Birmingham, so I won't be able to watch the game. However, I will be back for the Atalanta game midweek, where there will be a watch along for that on Tuesday. Now, if we're talking about this game, we might as well look at last season and how our games against Spurs went last season. And, well, it was 50-50, weren't it? First time we played them, we obviously got smashed 6-1. Bruno scoring first from a penalty 2 minutes into that game. And then it fell apart, didn't it? We were absolute dog shit. And, I mean, I wouldn't recommend going back to watch the watch along for that game because it's awful. But second time round, we beat them and we dominated the game, didn't we? We had a goal disallowed for, it was shit, weren't it? The disallowed goal. How it was ever disallowed, I will never know. But we did win the game. Fred equalising after Son gave Tottenham a lead 40 minutes into the game. Cavani then scored a diving header to give us the lead before Greenwood, in the last minute, rifled one home to give us that 3-1 win. But let's talk form going into this game. Now, Tottenham lost their last game to West Ham 1-0. That goal coming from Mr. Mikel Antonio. While Manchester United, we lost, didn't we? Well, to say we lost was an understatement. We got absolutely torn apart by Liverpool in our last game, losing 5-0 at Old Trafford, in a game that should have seen Ole Gunnar Solskjaer lose his job. However, he hasn't lost it yet. Are we going to talk about that game? I mean, the match reaction's up. If you want to hear my thoughts on the game, check out over there, because that's the best thing I can show you. Now, this game is absolutely vital for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as it has been reported that he has been given 3 games to save his job, with Antonio Conte being speculated to be his successor at Manchester United should the Norwegian get sacked. And look, you guys know my opinion. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has to go. But look, obviously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants to be Manchester United's manager. He needs to win these sort of games. And I want him to win these sort of games, because while I don't believe he is capable of going to take us to Premier League glory, I would love to be proven wrong. Because as a man, and what the job he has done, I think he has to be applauded, because to get us from where we were with Mourinho to where we are now with the squad we've got, he deserves credit. But he's not good enough. And I would love to be proven wrong and him to prove that he is good enough to be Manchester United manager and he's good enough to take us to Premier League titles. However, I just don't see that at the moment. So, I think he should go. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I'm putting it out to you. Prove me wrong. Prove you are good enough to go win Premier League titles for Manchester United, because there's no man I would rather see do it than someone like an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But I do question whether or not his job is already unsavable. For me, it should be. You don't lose 5-0 to Liverpool and keep your job. For me, it can't happen, especially at Old Trafford. However, it's the Glazers, isn't it? It's that safety blanket that they're protected, because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, club legend, 1999. And I hope his career as a player at Manchester United doesn't kind of affect the decision to sack him or not. I think he should be gone, regardless of the results in the Atalanta game, in the Spurs game, and in the Manchester derby. However, I would not be surprised if we beat Spurs, we beat Atalanta, we get them against Man City because we know Ole Gunnar Solskjaer pulls results out of his arse when he's under immense pressure like he is right now, and he keeps his job. I wouldn't be surprised. But obviously we'll just have to wait and find out. Let's move on to team news, where Spurs are, well, they're injury free, aren't they? They are pretty much, I mean, Ryan Sessegnon is, I believe, is out. But apart from that, they are full strength. Manchester United, on the other hand, aren't quite. Rafael Varane and Anthony Martial, we're unsure whether they will be match fit to play today. Varane has been in training, and I believe Martial may have been as well. But we don't know if they will be match fit to be able to play. I imagine Rafael Varane, regardless of how fit he really is, will be thrown into the first team once again, like we saw with Harry Maguire. And with Paul Pogba, we know he will miss the next 2 or 3 games due to suspension after seeing red after that crunching tackle on Naby Keita just after coming on as a second half substitute in the Liverpool game. With all that in mind, this is the team I believe Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will go with in this game. I think he will go David De Gea. David De Gea, look, he's undroppable at the moment, so whether or not Dean Henderson is in the form of his life or not, you can't drop David De Gea, can you? So De Gea goes in goal. Wan-Bissaka at right back. I don't think he likes Dalot. I'm not a huge fan of Dalot. I don't think he's impressed me at all this season. So Wan-Bissaka at right back. And I don't think Wan-Bissaka's even had a bad season. I think Wan-Bissaka's been probably our best defender this year. Rafael Varane comes back in at centre back. Whether he's fit or not, we don't know. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will throw him in. So Varane, and I think he'll stick with Maguire, and I think he'll stick with Shaw, regardless of their poor form at the moment. He trusts them. They are his guys. So he will go with this back four. Fred and McTominay are almost certainties, especially with Paul Pogba suspended. He likes that protection that they apparently give. I didn't quite see it against Liverpool, but apparently Ole Gunnar Solskjaer likes the protection these two offer. So we're almost definitely going to see them two play today. And then the front four, is there any doubt that he's going to start Greenwood and Rashford and Bruno and Cristiano Ronaldo? Because they're all players that in a moment can score a goal. And that's what this Manchester United team lives on. Moments. We're a team that we're not functional. We don't pass the ball around brilliantly. We don't look like we have a plan. But the plan is get the ball to Rashford, get the ball to Bruno, to Greenwood, or to Cristiano Ronaldo. And in a moment, they can beat a man, stick it top corner. That is the plan. And that is why I believe Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will go with that front four. This is the team I would go for. So, sticking with De Gea in goal, like I said, he's undroppable. He's been immense this season. David De Gea keeps his place. Wan-Bissaka, like I said, I think he's had a decent season so far. He deserves to keep his place. Varane, I think he will be fit. If he's not fully fit, do you risk him? Maybe, because we need a Varane in that centre-back position because our defence is in tatters right now. So I would go with Varane. Harry Maguire does keep his place, and that's only because I don't rate our other centre-backs. Lindelof is a liability, and he can be bullied easily, and up against Harry Kane, I don't want to risk playing Lindelof. Eric Bailly is a liability, and he's too sporadic. He's just mental. Like, I don't trust him. Because I know we can either see an elite Eric Bailly where he wins every header, wins every ball into the box, or he can be shambolic. He can put the ball in his own net. He can get injured. He's too up in the air for me, Eric Bailly. I don't trust him. I don't think he's an elite centre-back. Too often, I think he's just too crazy. So I don't have any confidence in him. So I've gone with Maguire, but I wouldn't be totally opposed to putting Bailly in. I don't trust Bailly. Whereas we know if Harry Maguire's at his best, he is a quality centre-back. I've then actually gone for Alex Telles at left back. I think Luke Shaw, he's had a tough start to the season, not being at his very, very best. I think he got rushed back into pre-season too early. I don't think he's fully match fit. We saw he was playing with a bit of a knock a few weeks ago. Give Alex Telles a run in the team. Let's see what he's all about. We've never really given him that run of games which he really deserves. So I would give him a game today. Plus, what's the worst that can happen? We lose again. I mean, Luke Shaw's not winning us games at the moment, is he? So why not give Tellez a go? Give Shaw that rest he needs. Because how he's played pretty much every game this season so far, despite playing all of last season, despite playing in the final of the European Championships, and then coming back in pre-season, while Jadon Sancho wasn't match fit for the Leeds game, who didn't play for England throughout the tournament, or how Varane wasn't match fit, and France got knocked out weeks before England did. It's bizarre. Luke Shaw needs a rest. This is the perfect time to give it while he's in poor form. While the defence needs a bit of a shift up, give Alex Tellez a game. In the pivot, Matic and Van der Beek. I want players in this midfield that can get on the ball, keep the ball, and be good with the ball. Van der Beek and Nemanja Matic are those players. Fred and McTominay, you give them the ball, they're going to be useless. They're going to give the ball away. They're not press resistant, really. They're not good passers at all. These two, very press resistant, very good passers, and they keep the ball. They know how to play the roles. I would go with these two. I was then debating who to play out on this left-hand side. Would I go with Rashford or would I go with Anthony Martial? Martial, much better on the ball than Marcus Rashford. The match intelligence of Anthony Martial is much, much better than Marcus Rashford. However, I think Marcus Rashford usually plays well and turns up against Spurs. He's a player that can produce a moment, and I just feel like he's worth playing in this sort of game. On the right, I'm going to go with Jadon Sancho. I want someone, again, who's good on the ball, can play as a right winger and is a proper right winger, will look to create chances for Cristiano Ronaldo, who is up top. Bruno Fernandes is, of course, playing at number 10. I was perplexed when he got subbed off against Liverpool. I thought he was working hard. He was creative. And I thought it was just a bizarre decision to take him off. So, of course, he starts today. And like I said, Ronaldo's up top. You don't drop Cristiano Ronaldo, do you? Let's get him some chances with Jadon Sancho on the wing, with Van der Beek and Matic in the pivot, with Bruno Fernandes in behind. Let's go. Create chances. Keep the ball well. Actually create chances rather than try and create moments. And let's go. Dominate this game of football and win it. Now, like I said, this is a must win for both teams. Manchester United, we need to win it. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needs to win it to try and keep hold of his job. Because you lose this game, you then go to Atalanta, which is a must win. Two defeats on the bounce. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's job will be hanging on by a thread. And you don't want to be hanging on by a thread. He falls over with a fucking gust of wind. And look, I think this is a perfect game for Ollie, though. I think Spurs, look, they consider a big team. However, I don't rate Spurs at all. I think they're rubbish. I don't think they've played well majority of the season. I don't rate Nuno. I think this is a game which is perfect for Ollie at the moment. It's coming at the perfect time to go beat a Spurs team, which, like I said, I don't rate, but they're a big enough name to try and get a bit of credit back on him and say, look, I've beaten Spurs. Relax. Good opportunity for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he has to take it. He really, really must take it. And I think we will. Like I said, I just don't think Spurs are very good. We've not been very good at all recently. We haven't kept a clean sheet at home, I believe, since we played Granada in the Europa League, which was April. That's how bad it's got. But we can't lose to Spurs. You cannot lose to Spurs. So I'm going to go for a win. I'm not going to predict us to get a clean sheet because, like I said, we don't keep clean sheets at the moment. So I'm going to go for a 3-1 Manchester United win like we got at the end of last season. Anyway, if you have enjoyed, please hit that like button below. Subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. Let me know your score prediction down below in the comment section below. And once again, sorry there is no watch along for this game. Like I said, I will be back for the Atalanta game on Tuesday night. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. In a bit. Peace.